The Green Bay Packers absolutely dominated and humiliated the Minnesota Vikings, where Greg Olsen said that this is one of the worst second halves ever played. It was historically awful. I don't know what it officially ended up with, but it was like 9 plays, negative 21 yards, 2 turnovers. Just an absolute disaster for the Minnesota Vikings, and obviously an absolute victory for the Green Bay Packers. Just a big, easy, simple, straightforward win for the Packers. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, I think what I really appreciate from this game more than anything is that they understood what they needed to do to win, and they just did it. They didn't try to do anything beyond that. They didn't try to get crazy. They didn't try to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. How about this? How about that? Let's go for it on 4th down. Let's do some trick plays. Let's ask Jordan Love to throw the ball 45 times. Nothing of that. It was just simple. They knew, hey, our defense is going to dominate right now, and we're just going to kick field goals when we need to kick field goals. If we need to punt, we need to punt. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good. It was just simple, smart football, leaning on this. I mean, there was even earlier on in the game, and at one point, obviously, the Vikings defense is going to be gassed because they literally were on the field for essentially the entire game. But even early on, when everyone was fresh, Packers had a lot of wide open receivers, some good downhill physical runs. It was just smart. Wilson stepping up, 28 carries, 107 yards. Brooks coming up there with 8 carries, 21 yards. 42 carries, 146. I mean, it's hard to lose when you can do that. Jordan Love, a nice, simple, straightforward, clean game. Again, wasn't ever really trying to force the ball anywhere. Obviously, his passer rating is going to be low here because no touchdowns or anything like that. And only 139 yards, but still a smart game by him. Smart game by Matt LaFleur. Great defensive stance. I mean, what was it? 22 first downs, 10 first downs. 2 for 9 on 3rd down for the Vikings, 7 for 14 for the Packers. Again, all really, really straightforward and what you would expect from a game like this. But I just loved seeing this, right? The Packers just understood. They didn't have to go for it on 4th down. They didn't have to do anything crazy. No penalties, right? They had 2 penalties for 10 yards. This isn't one of those games where you're like, why'd you go for it on 4th? I understand you trust your defense in that situation, but why? Just punt the ball or just kick the field goal. There is none of those moments in this game. And same thing with the penalties. You're like, yeah, you won. Yeah, you beat them 23-6, but why did you have 9 penalties in this game? What are you doing? Why are you blah, blah, blah? And none of that. There's none of those moments. It's just a clean cut, buttoned up game, and I really appreciate that. I really, really, really appreciate that. It was just smart. I mean, even when the score was close, as close as it could be in the early of the game, right? Technically, you were down. 3-0. Packers in trouble. But then it was 3-7. You were 7-3. Then stayed 7-3 for a little bit, and then now 10-3, and it's just. It was just we're okay kicking field goals. We're okay being smart. We know what we're doing. Then you give up a field goal. It's 10-6. Sometimes in those games, people start to get a little anxious. People start to get a little antsy because you're thinking, well, we should be blowing this team out right now. We should be dominating. What's going on? And it was just very much we're just going to keep playing our game. This team is going to break. We're just going to keep leaning on them and leaning on them and leaning on them and leaning on them. That's it. That's all we got to do. And that's what you did. And it was just smart. It was mature. And everyone was on the same page. So, except for maybe Micah. But besides that, good to go. Who was hunting? 2 sacks, 2 tackles for losses, 3 QB hits. He was like, I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to eat right now. I don't care what anyone has to say. I'm running through everything, and I'm getting after it. I am getting after it. And he did. He did. But yeah, there's only so much to say about this game. Just an important win that they needed to have in this moment, and they took care of it. And, obviously if you're a Packers fan, you're going to be really happy, be really excited. If you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, you're like, how did we get here right now? We were a top team in the NFL last year. We were winning. We were in a great position to get the 1 seed, to be a true contender. And now we're hanging 6 points. We have, 12 for 19, 87 yards, 4.6 yards per attempt, 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, 5 sacks, and a 34.2 passer rating. I mean, this is a rough one. To fall that far back, that is a rough one. That's a rough one. There's no sugarcoating it. Zero. just a really tough spot to be in right now if you're the Minnesota Vikings. And you know, I'm recording this. I don't know what exactly. I know the game got close between the Lions and the Bears right now, so I don't know what that looks like. I'm gonna jump off here and finish up those games, but I wanted to get this Packers post game out. So those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.